Oh, absolutely. Marcus de Sade is my hero. I have read his. Well, it's very hard to get a hold of his book because it's so. You know, it's Marcus de Sade. I was able to read his book by borrowing it from my library, from my college library, and it was just eye-opening. It was. Now, people think that Marcus de Sade writes erotica. That's just not true. If you look, this is how he describes anal sex. He says it as the one that nature condemns. Now, who gets turned on by reading that, right? If you want to read his books, you really need to get to the philosophy of his books. He talks about incest. He talks about pedophilia. He talks about homosexuality, transgenderism, and very interesting. He talks about misogyny among the homosexual men. It's something that's really discussed. Like homosexual men actually tend to be the most misogynistic. And I think he was right. He was right on that point. It was really funny reading that part in the Justine, where a man dressed up as a woman, and then Justine appeared from the forest, and he had nothing. That man who was dressing up as a woman had nothing but absolute hatred when seeing that woman. That guy absolutely hated women, and yet he was pretending to be a woman. That was like, oh my god, that was hilarious to me. What else was funny? He justifies incest. The way he justifies incest is by arguing that morality cannot be rationally justified. He is basically a liberal, modern day liberal. If any moral or tradition cannot be justified by reason, then it's automatically not useless. So I guess modern day liberals are in true sense the anti-David Hume, whereas David Hume said we cannot justify morality by reason. Modern day liberals will want you to justify everything by reason, and this is the exact same technique that Marcus de Sade used in his short stories. He used the exact same method. Well, all morals are just relative. If you go somewhere else, this is a sin, but this is not a sin. So why does it matter? Nothing really matters. Just like modern day liberals. Although I think modern day liberal would probably like murder this guy, because he is way too. He's on the one hand, he should be their allies, but the standard of modern day liberals who are just fascists. Let's face it. If you don't agree with them, you are automatically. They will call you all kinds of names. They will try to kill you if you don't agree with them. Well, he's the pretty much. He wouldn't survive in today's PC sphere. Well, he didn't survive even back in France, where he spent most of his time in prison. One of the most impressive things I know is that most of his writing were burned. That was like, wow. It's like you spent 20 years writing, and all your writings were burned. The guy who can endure that, it's even worse than it's all your effort into it. I don't know, but he had a very wonderful, he had a very interesting life, and I'm a big fan of his work.